Superman Returns.
Yeah, and he played Superman in Batman versus Superman and Justice League and stuff. And
Oh, no, he's the new one.
the new Superman.
Yeah, but that's okay.
He's doing all right.
I think the only thing that ruined that movie is Ben Affleck, or the fact that they decided to make that movie.
I don't know. It wasn't too bad. Like, and you're right. Like, look at Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. You know, The Curse of the Joker. Heath, unfortunately, with the tragic overdose after playing the Joker.
Yeah, but Jack Nicholson's still around.
Yeah, but Jack Nicholson, like, apparently the deal was Heath read a lot of Jack's diaries, and it was a simpler time back then. And Jack Nicholson's fairly adept at taking drugs.
Hello, I'm out there.
Yeah, pretty much. And apparently Heath Ledger locked himself in a room with the diaries and did the drugs, and, well, the rest is history, unfortunately.
Sorry, you're saying you did the same drugs as Nicholson?
Yeah, I just
Nicholson
don't think...
did drugs.
Lots.
Okay.
Apparently. This is all scuttlebutt.
Well, I think that Gotham belongs to me.
I really wanted to mention one other child star, which I think has gone on to do bigger and better things, and that is Macaulay Culkin.
Now, Macaulay... Hang on a second. Macaulay was a bit of a victim. I'll stand up for Macaulay Culkin. Bit of a victim of his own success because he did the Home Alone movie. He did the sequel. He got too old. He couldn't do the third one.
Yep.
I think they released 4 Home Alone movies or something like that.
About 3 too many.
True. The thing is, though, he actually ended up working for really great, in a cast of really great actors, being Joe Pesci was being one of the robbers. They were the Wet Bandits.
The Wet Bandits. Oh, and then there was Sticky Bandits.
In the second one, yeah. Then becomes great friends with Michael Jackson. Now, say what you will about Michael Jackson. Say what you will about their relationship.
Yeah.
Macaulay stood up for him in court when Michael was indicted in 2000. Oh, not indicted, but he was...
Well, put into court.
Put into court.
Yep.
It was up against all of those charges. And, might I say, he was completely and exactly exonerated from all of those charges. And Macaulay went and testified. He was even at his funeral, the actual funeral, with his then girlfriend Mila Kunis. They went
I didn't know he was with Mila.
He was with Mila Kunis.
See, he's kicking goals already.
He's now got a podcast, Bunny Ears Podcast, with Macaulay Culkin and one of his mates, and they have different guests on all the time.
Nice.
And now I'm going to give you 10 seconds to plug another podcast.
Oh, yeah, you probably should listen to my other podcast, the Slightly Offensive Australian Podcast. It's a pop culture podcast done by me and some other nerds. Might not be for everyone, but give it a crack.
Yeah, search for it. It's called The Soap, but it's broken up by dots. Okay?
Yeah, it's on Apple
Yep.
and all your good podcast outlets.
Get it now.
But, look, the reason I wanted to bring up Macaulay and his, child actor stuff.
Do you have a sexual attraction to Macaulay Culkin?
No, I don't actually. I was going to say, like, we're talking about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and how bad the guys in suits.
As don't hide it. I know you want to.
That's 5. Look, long story short, I think Macaulay has, missed his calling as an adult actor. He could have easily played one of the bad guys now. Have you seen him? He looks like a zombie.
Well, actually, at one point, he actually ended up looking like Kurt Cobain. And I think he did some sort of short film where he was going to be Kurt Cobain,
right?
In something along the lines, or something. Someone said something, or something, and did someone, and that's it. Anyway, that's not the point. So Macaulay Culkin, Dana Plato, there's heaps of other child actors that have gone through and just effed up.
Yep.
We were talking about different strokes, a little bit.
Oh, Gary Coleman.
He ended up being a security guard. He unfortunately passed away.
He did. He became a meme, though, by the end. Like, everyone took the piss out of him. He
became a character in a musical called Avenue Q.
Yeah.
Which was all basically, it was like the rude version of Sesame Street on Broadway.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I would never want to be a Power Ranger. I was confused by it. At that time, I was finishing school, and I came home and I watched these idiots running around doing kung fu shit in spandex.
Yep.
And battling robots, and they'd blow it up, and then some computer would tell them that, good job, Power Rangers. It wouldn't say, go live your normal lives. They'd get beamed into some computer room or something like that, and they'd go and flog the crap out of this robot. And then everything's right in the world. I just didn't get it. I'm going, they're busting up, municipalities.
Yeah.
And everyone going, thank you very much? It's almost like the fact in Transformers movies that they have now. They will go and just absolutely decimate cities and stuff.
Yep.
But everyone just goes, oh, well, keep calm and carry on. Who cares about the public?
Not the Transformers.
Transformers. Transform and roll out. Let the humans clean up this shit.
Loose talk, even looser opinions. The Burble.
I cannot trust technology, I really can't, because if I subscribe to something, I know I'm going to get a shit ton of emails going, would you like to try this? Would you like to buy this? Now, here's my iPhone. I'm talking about Transformers. We just had a chat about Transformers, right?
Yeah.
I bet you any money over the next week, Facebook, because it's listening to me now, will pop up a whole bunch of Transformers stuff on my Facebook feed. I don't trust technology, nor can I trust these driverless cars. Now, driving is a pleasure. For me, it's a pleasure. I don't want to get into an automated car, say where I want to go, and then it gets me there. Because, you know what? I get the shits in traffic. But if there's just like a highway full of, driverless cars, I'm gonna say things that I wouldn't say to a taxi driver in the car. I bet you it'll pull over and it'll be like,
Get out.
in its best computer voice, and I've just said, could you just get me to the game faster? Could you get me to work faster? Why don't you drive faster, you piece of shit? I don't trust it, and I don't trust myself around that stuff, because computers, video game technology, if I can't plug stuff in, I will go to the end. I will go over the line. Here's a line. I'm drawing a line. I'm in Argentina over that line when it comes to technology that doesn't work properly. And I'm going to rant the shit out of it.
And you know what? When the technology doesn't work, he crosses the line back into Australia from Argentina and goes, fix the effing thing, and then I have to come and fix it.
No. How are we going to fix these autonomous cars? I'm talking about the Waymo fleet. Okay, this is owned by Google. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Google's parent company is called Alphabet.
Yes, it is.
They're richer than Google, believe it or not. Anyway, so there was an accident involving a driverless car and a guy on a motorbike. It's provided insight into a major factor holding back this, what they claim to be, burgeoning technology.
You know what the factor is? People are effing stupid.
Well, yeah, but I think technology's stupid as well. We had Google in here a couple of episodes ago.
I'd completely trust her to drive my car.
Do you really?
No.
You ask Google who's won the most Bathurst 1000 races. Do you know what it's going to say?
Doesn't it say something like...
It says Craig Lowndes.
Craig Lowndes, yeah.
Craig's won 7, not 9, like Peter Brock.
10.
Well, yes, I would... If that was open and accepted, I would say that, because I was there and witnessed his 10th victory at Bathurst.
I suppose he didn't do it in a driverless car.
Waymo have analysed what caused the crash and detailed what was wrong, and he said it was human error. Now, these driverless cars, I worry about this because I saw Terminator 2 so many goddamn times. So many times I saw this movie and I'm thinking, well, if machines are coming, they'd want to do their shit properly.
Would you feel more comfortable with the selfless driver like stuff ripped into a Arnold Schwarzenegger style body behind the wheel driving?
Well, I mean,
it's basically the same thing.
No, it's not.
It is.
Like,
it's a computer.
When you get in a taxi, right, you go to your safe choice conversation pieces, right? You're busy tonight. Did you just finish work? What about the weather?
Yeah. What about that local sports team?
Yeah, that's it. Did you just come from the game? You know?
Yeah.
Did you see the cricket? Did you see the football? Did you see this? Sometimes you're just like, I don't want to talk to you. But then again, here's the pro side of me wanting to get in these driverless cars. If it's going to be a taxi thing, no BO.
True.
There's no BO.
And you could probably drink a 6-pack on your way.
Oh, yes.
See, now you've got to think fourth dimensionally, Marty.
Oh, thank you, Doc. This is heavy. So are you telling me that I get into the Google car,
yep,
the Waymo. I get into the Waymo and I can go, take me to Central Station, bro.
And then just, knock the lid off a cold one and suck down a few tins on your way.
Is Google able to pick up the fact that you've brought some roadies?
I don't think so. Why would it? It wouldn't have an internal beer sensor.
It might.
It could. We don't know.
It might go,
you are too intoxicated to take this ride.
But then how would it...
And then it pulls up and opens all the doors out.
Yeah. But how would it take people home from
Then
the
a
pub?
semi-trailer that's carting shit for Woolworths.
Wham.
Wham.
Yep.
Straight into it.
I think the problem with driverless cars is they work on a very strict set of rules, right? They know the road rules, unlike 99% of other Australian drivers. They know the road rules.
Okay, all right. Let me tell you something I reckon would be a good litmus paper tips for these driverless
Six.
Let's get a driverless car to see if it can navigate through rush hour traffic in Canberra.
Oh, one of them big roundabouts.
Yeah.
It'd blue screen.
No. All the way down Northbourne Avenue.
Right.
To see if it can navigate around. You pick it and see whether or not that car can actually get you where you need to go. Better still, let's see if the Waymo is smart enough to navigate itself around Canberra when Summer Nats is on.
Well, I wonder if we could get it into Summer Nats and then just go do a 6 skid.
These cars, though, have got these rooftop things. There's photos you can see on the internet with like people in driverless cars sitting in the driver's seat making notes. They're preparing stuff.
See, they're doing it all wrong.
They are doing it wrong. Now, as the world population grows bigger,
Yep.
don't you think that there would be an opportunity for these companies to go, we need you basically go, I don't need a car anymore. So you just get someone to come and pick you up, a human to come and pick you up. Why do they need to be driverless? They're stamping out jobs for potential people who need them.
I'm going to quote Jeff Goldblum here.
Yeah, good for you.
Just because we could didn't mean we stopped to think whether we should.
Ah, Jurassic Park.
Very good.
Very nice.
I don't know.
Park,
I guess, though, the problem is, what happens if the car blue screens of death, right? Because it's a computer, or it has to install an update, and you've got to reset it.
Yes.
You need to put your foot on the clutch,
Yep.
push in the cigarette lighter, and open the door handle at the same time to reset the damn thing.
I agree. I think these things are... I'm going to say it as, I'm going to call it.
All right, here we go.
Evil.
I don't know. Well, it can't be.
One of my pleasures is driving a motor vehicle.
Yeah, I enjoy a drive, but I mean, the driverless cars, I think you can take over.
I
When the dumb shittery around you gets too much, you can take the wheel.
No, I don't think you can.
And the problem is,
It'll
driverless cars...
It'll be like...
I'm sorry, Dave. You can drive this car. I've read your DNA and you're Australian. You like a V8 and I'm just a Prius.
And you're pissed.
I can sense alcohol in the car cabin, Dave. Have you just come from an ale house? Or are you drinking in the back seat?
And in the front.
Let
And
me
in the
have-
passenger.
Let me have a look at your eyes. Oh, God. I calculated your eyes, and I calculate that you spent $100 on alcohol. Would you like to know what you could have done with that money?
If a car did that to me, I would headbutt it.
11.
Is it really 11?
I don't know. Maybe someone that's listening can count back and let us know.
Yep, theburble.com.au or on our Facebook page. Dead set though. I would headbutt it like Marty does to get the DeLorean going in the first Back to the Future movie.
I guess so. But the problem is, if we launch these on Australian roads, right, there would be chaos. You know why? Because these things can use their blinkers. That's 12.
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
theburble.com.au. You can find us there, or you can find us on Facebook, The Burble AU. We're also on Twitter as well. We haven't tweeted as.
We'll have to tweet something.
We have to tweet, and we are slack on the Instagram.
Right, yes, Instagram.
So we need to
I know what we can do.
What?
Go to Bunnings and take a moodily lit photo of a Bunnings snag.
No, actually, I've got an idea. How about you? I'll film you from a distance asking for the onion on top. Because they go, no, onion's got to be on the bottom. No, I want it on top. I want presentation. I want those onions to glisten in the sunlight, to be smothered by tomato sauce.
And I want a little garnish on top.
Oh, yes. Have you got any chives, Bunnings?
Yes.
Local sports and or community team.
We want some chives.
I want chives on top
or add
of
a
that.
pinch parsley, but none of that dried shit.
No, continental parsley.
Absolutely.
Not the stuff that they just pack into a meat tray that you win at the RSL or something.
And no coriander because coriander.
See, I'm a coriander fan.
Nah, coriander tastes like the devil's armpit.
There's nothing wrong with coriander.
There's nothing right with it.
That's a discussion for another podcast. So if you like this podcast, then make sure that you like us, subscribe, and leave a review at iTunes. Google, look, it's not our fault that if you're a Google a phone user, Android phone user, we can't do anything about that as.